Hello, everybody. What up,
Yeehaw!
Chadio, my fellow hanging Chad? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. How's your weekend been going? How's it been treating you?
The weekend's been all right. Been nice. Been good. Got my packing pretty much done. Getting ready to jet out of here.
Nice, nice. So when do you head out to I'm not gonna give your destination, but when do you head out?
I head out on Wednesday, early.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, this will be a kind of an interesting episode of the Hanging Chads, something that we have not really done before. We're going to be kind of talking about what's going on and the current events. We are going to mention a little bit of sports. We're going to give a couple shout outs to some people, and then we'll kind of get into the topic. Let some people kind of flow in here and all that good stuff. But before that, I want to say hello to people in the chat. We got a Moose Guy's Corner. We got Gamer. We got good old Nightbot talking shit to everybody. So, welcome in, Nightbot. Oh, we got Lord's Brewing Co.
What's up, Lords?
Lords, how you doing, man?
Cheers, brother.
Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope it hasn't been too stressful. Hope it's been just chill and relaxed. What up, Thomas? Windows Beer Review. How are you?
What's up, man?
Welcome everybody to the Hanging Chad show. Like I said, this will be something a little bit different, but I think it'll get some reactions out of everybody. A couple points. We're going to try not to get too political. I know that there may be some political issues that we'll kind of touch on, but we're not going to bash anybody. We're not going to throw anybody under the bus. We're not going to get all hateful, whatever. It's just, presidents and things like that will be mentioned, but we're not going to try to stay on that topic too long just because I don't want to get political. Feel free to share your thoughts and things in the chat, but please be mindful and respectful to the others because I know we all have different views on everything. So try not to curse folks out and tell them to go shoved up their ass because that's not very cool. But El Spicy, what up, buddy?
What's up, El Spacey? Cheers.
Well, we got 8 people in the house. Good,
Nice.
good. Although my ticker on my OBS is a little bit behind, it catches up eventually. I being mindful, except to Chadio.
That's right. Okay. I've heard it all, Gamer.
Cheers. All right. Well, Chadio, if you want to start off with kind of the NASCAR talk, since that's your topic there, and kind of let everybody know what's going on and what the new events have happened over the weekend.
Yeah, so they are racing the Firekeeper Casino 400 in Michigan. It's a 2-mile track. Races, I don't know, differently, I guess, than other. It's almost like a super speedway, but it's not. It's a weird track. It's an oval, so they're back on an oval. Emmett Smith is a co-owner of a NASCAR team, Xfinity team, full-time next year, so that'll be cool.
How about them Cowboys?
Well, not last night, but how about them?
Former Florida Gator and Dallas Cowboys, so he gets all kinds of respect around here in Texas.
So, yeah. It's kind of cool to see all these like celebrities, musicians, athletes in other sports kind of taking on teams in NASCAR. Mm-hmm. Jordan owns a team with Danny Hamlin. It's the 2311 that Bubba Wallace drives that car. Mm-hmm. So,
and then you also have the old Washington head coach owns a team as well. Joe Gibbs.
Yep. Yeah, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, this is what this guy's racing for now.
Martin
Truex. Race starts in 5 minutes, so.
Good deal.
I'll chime in a little bit, but
and what up, Chris D?
What's up, Chris D?
Hello to you. How are you? Okay, so Lord has a question for you. How are those new cars doing? Has it changed the racing dynamics?
They start them next year, so they're still kind of tightening up a couple of things, but the next gen starts next season, so I'm interested to see how that goes.
Very, very cool. So what all are they doing to the cars change-wise?
Just some of the aerodynamics. I think it's going to be I forgot. I don't remember if they're raising the horsepower or lowering it. I think they're lowering the horsepower and adding something else to it. So they'll pretty much look they'll look a little different next year. I believe they're going from 4 lug nuts to 1. I'm not a big fan of that, but it basically keeps everyone even if you look at it that way. So if you have a loose lug nut, you're going to know because your tire's going to fly off your car at 200 miles an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So not really a whole lot going on in sports at the moment. I know NASCAR's going on. I know right now the Little League World Series is going on. To watch these kids grow up, there's been a lot of professionals that have participated in the Little League World Series that have gone to be into the professionals or to be a big leaguer. One notable is Frazier. I can't think of his first name.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He played for the USA team in the Olympics.
Yep.
Now his nephew is now playing for Toms River, New Jersey Little League team, and he's a stud. So it's cool to see kind of how that all evolves. Tonight they're supposed to do the Little League Challenge or Little League Classic, where 2 professional teams go to Williamsport, where the Little League World Series is being held, and they play a big league game, and all the Little League teams have to go in there and watch them play. And the big leaguers are going into the Little Leaguers dugouts and giving autographs and talking to them and all that. So it's pretty cool. Brendan Fraser. No, not Brendan Fraser.
Todd Frazier.
Todd Frazier, yes, yep. Todd Frazier. He used to play for the Rangers, the White Sox, the Yankees, and a few other teams, but he did play for the USA baseball team in the current Olympics. So
nice.
Laura said, one of my kids from youth group is playing for Montana in college basketball. He's called Great. Nice.
That's a decent. That's a decent school. The Big Sky, I think, is the conference. Good conference.
Nice. Other than that, we're in preseason football. Nothing really exciting. It's all preseason. Few teams look good. Few teams look bad. Yada yada yada. Encino man, what up, Drito? We'll really start talking football as it gets closer. I know a bunch of fancy football drafts are coming up next weekend or the weekend before next. So that'll get going pretty soon. Baseball standings that are up and down. Just not really a whole lot going on in sports right now. Any wrestling news? I don't follow wrestling as much as I used to. I know SummerSlam was last night. I completely missed on every bit of it, so I have no idea what happened. I'm gonna have to. I used to watch wrestling, but I've kind of backed away from it just a little bit.
Yeah, I've really never gotten to wrestling. I'm not gonna lie. I had friends growing up who I'd go over and watch back in the day, like Hogan and all the other ones like that, Jake the Snake. But yeah, it's been a while.
Nice. I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs, and then if Chad wants to say anything on top of that, and then we'll kind of get into the topic of discussion here. A couple of shout outs. One to my buddy, I think everybody knows who he is. Everything Spicy, aka Phil, aka Spicy Trump. He has a bunch of different nicknames, but his channel is Everything Spicy. Love the guy. He's an amazing guy. He took on the 2021 Friendship Challenge to see how many he could eat in one sitting, and he ate 17 of them. So he's kind of set the bar for, how many people can actually eat in one sitting. Will that be broken this year? I don't know. There's still a lot of time. Chips are still being handed out everywhere. So who knows if he'll, that'll get taken, if someone will beat that record. But just to show you how spicier these chips are opposed to last year's chips, he ate 34 chips last year and he ate 17 this year. So obviously there's a difference in spice there. Big difference. But Phil, Everything Spicy, if you're watching or if you happen to watch on the replay, mad props to you. Shout out to Everything Spicy. Go check out his channel. He does a bunch of great spicy challenges. Great guy, great community. So definitely check him out.
I don't watch Le Mans, and I do like spicy ketchup, and I have some spicy ketchup being delivered today. So ghost pepper ketchup.
Ghost pepper ketchup. Nice.
Yeah.
So he loves Haley. Yeah, Haley Diggins a hottie too. In the
Watch
DeBerti
it.
crew. Yep, I
She's a
watch it.
kiddo.
Yeah, she's a kiddo, but she's cute.
Yeah, she's a cute 19-year-old.
And Brad DeBerti, is that the one you're speaking of? DeBerti, is that the right one? Is that the one that he has a car show with his pops?
Mm.
I think that. Is that the one you're talking about, Lords? Is it Brad DeBerti and his father when they do a TV show? Yeah. Brad. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I was thinking the right person.
Yeah. Barf. Oh man.
The other shout out I want to get to, and I'm very, very, very proud of this young woman, is Everyday Solars. She's a scrapper. She's been in my chat a few times. She's been on my panel a few times. I think she just hit her 1 year stay on YouTube, and she hit 1,000 subscribers before her 1 year. So that is a hell of an accomplishment. She's an absolute sweetheart. If you don't know who Everyday SARS is, definitely check out her channel. She does a bunch of good scrapping. She's so nice. Like I say, she's been on my panel, been in the chat. So good friend of the community as well. So
that's awesome to hit 1K in a year. That's almost unheard of anymore.
And then for Gamer, what up, Shandog? And Gamer is the one who created the intro to this video. He's created our original logo for this. The logo that's behind us right now, I adjusted it. It's not, well, I added some things to it, but it's the original logo. So thank you for creating both of those.
Yeah, thanks, Gamer. I love them.
Hey, Bashful, how are you, girl?
What's up, Bashful?
And thank you, Gamer, for sharing Everyday SARS link. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, now to the topic at hand. Like I said, we're going to try to stay away from politics as much as possible, but obviously, what's going on, it involves a little bit of politics. We're going to touch on it, but we're not going to stay on it. We'll kind of move on as fast as we can. But obviously, with everything going on, it does involve politics. So.
Yeah.
And for those who have been living under the rock, obviously, the United States, as of 2 weeks ago, decided they're going to pull all their troops and get the hell out of Afghanistan. Right as they were doing that, the Taliban was pretty much taking control of Afghanistan. So we left right as the Taliban was trying to take charge. So we backed out, and we got a bunch of our troops out of there. Basically, it was Trump had put it in place to get out by May 1st. So obviously that bled into Biden's presidency. You know, Biden, what up, Blake?
Hey, buddy.
Biden didn't really try to negotiate with the Taliban too much. He just said, pick up your shit and let's get out of here.
Yep.
So that's pretty much what they did. When they all left, of course, they left a bunch of Americans who were living in Afghanistan. They left over a bunch of Afghans that were kind of helping the United States do translations and all that good stuff, that have visas and all that good stuff. They were all trying to, you know, when they were leaving, they were all jumping on airplanes trying to get the hell out. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of the videos and pictures of the C-17 packed with like 800 plus Afghans trying to get the hell out of there. They're hanging onto the airplane trying to catch a ride out of there, which obviously we know with the height and altitude, you're not going to be successful doing that. So that's how bad it is over there. The Taliban has really taken charge. It's just a sad state. I mean, as of right now, they're still trying to get people out. Of course, they're flying planes in and out a lot faster. They're taking them to Qatar. They're taking them to Germany. They're taking them to Dubai. And there's even talks about bringing some of them to the United States as well. So.
Yeah, they actually are. Denver specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
And they've also mentioned bringing them to Texas, and they've also mentioned bringing them to Ohio, Iowa, and Wisconsin. So, we don't know if some of these people coming back and going to the country, we don't know if there are terrorists kind of embedded with these people. We will never know.
Well, we may know, and that's my biggest worry.
Yeah. Yeah, so we may know if there's terrorists being kind of embedded within these people trying to leave. But some of the sad things that I've seen, obviously people are trying to get out of this country so bad because it's being taken over by once was a terrorist group. And they're trying to, like, some of these people are like holding on to the damn wheel well of an airplane while it's flying to another country. Well, obviously with the altitudes, they're freezing. And whenever the wheels come down, they're finding, unfortunately, human remains in the wheel well of the airplanes. It's just sickening. That's how bad it is over there. Could this been done a different way? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I know the president, and a few other people are trying to, tell the Taliban, because they're all trying to get to Kabul airport where they're all flying out of, and they're trying to really, the Taliban is like restricting access for some people to get to the actual airport. They're killing them. They're whipping them. I mean, they're killing ladies. They're killing their kids. I mean, it's disgusting. It's absolutely. I mean, these people are raised to be bad people. They don't know. They don't have a good bone in their body. It's just sickening. But I think, we could have gotten some of these people out before we just bailed, is my opinion. But, they took it a different route.
Yeah.
Also, whenever we left, America had a bunch of force over there, and we left billions and billions of dollars worth of ammo and guns and all that. So now the Taliban is in control of our guns.
Yep.
That we left over there. Their thing is, when Taliban took over the country, they opened up the prison and let all the prisoners loose. And those prisoners were Al Qaeda members and a bunch of terroristic groups. So, is the Taliban and all these terrorist groups, are they going to control Afghanistan? And is it going to be a breeding ground for terrorists? That's an unknown as well.
Yeah. Yeah. All those are worrisome to me. I'm like, here we go again. Happened with Iraq, happened with Vietnam. Yeah.
Let's see a couple comments here. I'll kind of get back into it. So the horror they must have experienced to be that desperate to risk holding on to a jet is absolutely, Lords. I mean, you got to be. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten. I mean, these people, the Taliban is just going around killing people. Whereas here in the States, they're talking to them and saying, hey, give them free passage to the airport so they can get out of there. And the U.S. have forces in the airport, whereas the Taliban is right outside the airport, and they're mistreating people outside the airport. And if they can get into the airport, then they're lucky, pretty much.
Yep. Not
to mention the communications and the vehicles. Yes, exactly, Drito.
Yep.
Muscal said, how safe is bringing these people over during a pandemic? I am not opposed to helping the Afghans who assist the USA. It's the least our government can do. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree, but
I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, they're taking them to. A lot of them are going to Germany. A lot of them are going to Dubai, and a lot of them are going to Qatar. So I don't know if eventually they're going to start coming to the U.S. I don't know if they have already. I know some of the U.S. citizens that were over in Afghanistan. Like, I've been watching a bunch of news articles that they're over visiting family or whatever, but they have already established a residency in the States. They're flying back into the States. But I think the ones that don't have American ties, but have visas through helping the U.S., military, they're kind of getting left behind in this whole thing. I mean, granted, they're getting them out slowly now, but our military left them to kind of fend for themselves for a couple of days until we can get everything sorted.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dorito.
See, some of their families lost members who were fighting alongside us too. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, God bless all the military troops. God bless their soldiers that they worked alongside. The translators. I mean, I know they're saying reports that innocent people are just being killed just trying to get to the airport. That's how bad this group wants to control this country, as they're just picking people off left and right. And I think it's sick.
It is.
It's going to be another stink. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But and from what I've seen, like I said, this is coming from a civilian side. So, neither one of us were active in the military.
Yep.
So, we don't know what it's like being over there. So I've been watching a bunch of videos, and, according to some of these videos, a lot of these Afghan women are pretty much bred to, these kids are then thrown into these, terroristic groups, the Taliban, Al Qaeda, whatever. There's a bunch of sex trafficking going on over there. It's just a very, very sick thing. And the fact that, they opened up the prison and let all these prisoners out that were, there for years and years and years. Now they're free. And now it's gosh, one knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look, I think we need to understand those Afghans that helped really, really risk their lives. They should be helped. Well, they are getting help. Like I said, they are being put on airplanes. They are getting out of there. I know there's been a lot of like visas and green cards and all that have been kind of slipping to the cracks. It's taking a lot longer. And supposedly the Taliban has told us we have until August 31st. If we don't get everybody out by then, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Why are the Afghans being brought to those particular states? Countries.
Resources.
Yeah, resources. It's close to Afghanistan. So they're not having to fly, because they're going, dropping, coming back, going, dropping.
Yeah.
They're banking these quick trips, trying to get all these people in and out as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah. I think she was asking, why are they bringing them to Texas, Colorado, Iowa, Wisconsin?
I got you.
And that's why I was saying resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have
a huge Syrian population over by my library right now, and I think now we're going to get a huge Afghan population there too. So it's like, I don't know. I'm indifferent on it.
Yeah. Well, they're going to take them where they're trying to get them out of that country. Well, the fact is, they're trying to get them out of Afghanistan. So now Afghanistan is just going to be nothing but Taliban, Al Qaeda, and the people who have stuck around that didn't want to leave. What's going to happen? Those people, I know the Taliban is trying to create a government right now. Will they be successful? No one really knows. Also, whenever the Taliban originally started taking over 2 weeks ago or whatever, the equivalent to the Afghan president fled to save his own life because he saw it coming. And then the co-founder of the Taliban, who has been missing for the last 20 years while we've been over there, decided he wanted to come back as well. So the president is now back in Afghanistan along with the co-founder of the Taliban.
Oh, geez.
So both of them are in the same spot now. It'll be interesting to see how this country unfolds, what happens. It's been a shit show for a while, but our military has been there doing everything they can to prevent this from happening, and to just all of a sudden pull out and leave all these people behind and all that. I feel for our military, the people who have been over there, who have fought over there. I know it can probably seem like a kick in the face, but we just want y'all to know, hey, we support you guys, everything that you guys do. So, and what up, Captain?
Hey, Captain. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who served over in Afghanistan. They're all just furious. Like, wow, well, my time shows how valuable my time was there. I did 2 years there and all for nothing. So, a lot of friends who are really pissed off right now who, retired military.
But as an outsider looking in and knowing many amazing American people, I find it hard to believe that Trump and Biden are the best that America has to offer. Well, like I said, we're not going to get too political, but, I would like to get, somebody in there who is going to be a big Billy badass no one likes and everybody's fucking afraid of him. I know Trump was that person for a while. I know he had a soft side too, but he was still, a lot of people didn't like him because they feared his power.
Yeah.
Whereas we have now in house someone that is a bit of a much more of a softie and no one really fears his power.
Yeah. No, 100% agree.
Let's see here. Also, we are doing this. This is something that we typically don't do on this particular show, but we are going to offer, if you're a military veteran, if you served overseas, or if you're a family member of a military veteran and you would like to discuss what's going on, definitely let us know. I will send out a link to those individuals, and if they want to come up and kind of, say a few words, the floor will be yours. But yeah,
I did bring it up to a few of my friends, and they said, no disrespect, but I just don't feel like talking at the moment. It's too recent. I understand.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not. We're not here to rant. I know that someone did do an amazing rant about this the other day. I'm not going to go that deep into it because obviously I'm a civilian. I don't have ties to it. I mean, I have friends upon friends that have been over there, but I can't rant on the stage that he did just because I'm not, Hello, Miss Kathy Bates.
Afternoon, Kathy.
Let's see here. That man just don't want to shut. Well, yeah. And the fact that, like I said, I'm not picking sides. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, so that won't even matter. But the fact that he is giving press conferences about what he's done and has not answered any questions, I think that's a little bit weird in my book.
Kind of cowardly, I think. I look at it as cowardly.
Very cowardly, very cowardly. I think that, if you're going to do this and you're just going to just yank out and pull out and bail, you need to kind of, stop playing party against party. Try having a different opinion. If you care about the Indian divide, you should care about that if you care about this country, right?
Hi, y'all. I twisted. No, thank you. I mean, that is, 100% agree fully on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of vets aren't happy because there's been a lot of people that have gone over there. I mean, the UK has gone over there. The United States have been over there. I'm sure a lot of other countries have been over there helping fight this fight for 20 plus years.
Yeah, insane. It was just that long in preparation, trying to get things good. It just fell apart in days.
True.
It's just, I can't wrap my head around it.
How you doing, Wicked?
Hey, Wicked. Happy Sunday.
I'm going to send this link to my buddy who said he would come up. I mean, and if you're watching, Justin, don't feel obligated to come up. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to send you the link on Facebook. Just let me know.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get more water.
Let's see here. Sorry, it takes me just a minute to find it. There you are. And Justin, there you go. If you're listening, StreamYard links have been sent over your way. Like I said, if you want to jump up and talk, you're more than welcome to. See if there's any other vets in the chat or if any other vet families that know anything about this want to say anything, just let me know. I'll be happy to send the link out to you. Okay, I'm okay. I reinstalled Dirt 4 again.
Oh, nice. That's a fun game.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I mean, so let's see. It's a sad. It is a very, very sad situation. I don't really know enough about it to be any kind of expert in the matter. Yeah, neither have I. Like I said, I've been watching the news quite a bit. I mean, granted, the news is what it is. They tell us obviously what we want to hear. Do we know everything to the extent that is going on? Probably not.
No.
But I mean, I'm kind of talking based on what I see and what I hear, and the people that have been talking on YouTube and posted videos about it. I pay attention to their videos just because they've been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same. Yep.
Exactly. Catch the base. Yeah. A lot of people, they don't really want to talk about it. It's still too new. It's ripping Band-Aids off. It's all kinds of stuff. My God, my internet this afternoon is bad. Well, I can't say that I'm happy about it just because, I'm curious to see what this land is going to be. If it's going to be just a terroristic breeding ground, because I know a lot of women are used for breeding, just for breeding terrorists. That's what they do. I mean, we don't know how this is going to play out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Looking at my local media, and there's only like very little about this in the news because I guess I got bored with it. I don't know. I don't understand the media.
Yeah, like I said, the media is going to tell us what they want us to know, whether it's true or not. But like Shandog just said, believe, don't believe half the things you hear or see. I mean, exactly. I'm going based on, like right now in the news, I'm watching the C-17. So the whole story about this first C-17, which I'm sure you've seen pictures of, this was an Air Force plane about to head out with equipment and everything, and a bunch of Afghans jumped into the airport and started jumping onto this thing. And typically these C-17s are held, meant to hold about 130 military with their gear. And there ended up being 800 people in this airplane, all packed and crammed in there. And so these pilots just, had to make the best decision, and they took off. Well, all these other Afghans were hanging on to this airplane trying to get the hell out of there, and, some of them perished and everything. Yeah. Hello, Miss Dammit Jenna. How are you? I'm only here to say that Lone missed a hell of a private Zoom show last night. Well, I was not invited. Thank you. And plus, right. my melatonin kicked my ass last night. So, anyone who feeds division in this country needs to take a long, hard look at themselves, strap that boot up, and wear it that applies. Yep. Right.
Yeah, talk to my employer about that. All about.
Have a good one, Lord.
See you, Lord.
Hello, Colin. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Colin.
Yeah, I wasn't online, damn it. I took some melatonin last night. I was very tired, so I passed out pretty early.
I got kidnapped by Twisted last night.
Twisted seems to kidnap a lot of people.
Great. She was a great kidnapper.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I said, we're coming out from civilians. I mean, right now, from what it looks like, they're saying that things are getting worse over there. The Taliban is really restricting people from getting to the airports. They're killing people that pretty much talk back to them or whatever. Granted, I mean, should we have stuck in our nose in this business to start off with? Who the hell knows?
No.
Kathy Bates wrote a poem. Oh no, I'm kidding. As far as the topic, I have a lot of conditioning, but I have no idea how to make. So carry on. So Kathy says, if you walked past a man beating on another person, would you walk past or stop to help? That is why our country and other countries decided to help this country. Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because this country's been in shambles for, what got us over there is the whole 9/11 thing. That's what kind of took us over there to begin with. But we were already like in Iraq and Syria and all that before.
Yeah.
Hey, Jules, how are you?
Hi, Jules.
Cheers to you.
Evening, morning, whatever, afternoon. I'm lost.
Just making sure sure no one is sending me messages at this moment.
I don't see any coming in for me.
Should have paid more attention kicking Taliban's ass instead of worrying over the oil and poppy field. Exactly. Oil is a big thing over there. That's what we were kind of protecting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and obviously, I think we were trying to control the Taliban and kind of keep them from starting their own regime over there, which I think is now they're trying to start their own government.
Yeah.
If your opinion doesn't come from love, then your opinions are shit. Okay, I'm done now. Love isn't hateful. What up, Mojo?
Hey, Mojo. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Let's see. What did Wicked say? I stopped to help before I was. Let's see here. I stopped to help before it was rushed by. And okay. Excuse Nightbot. Someone set up a thing. Say hello to everybody as they came in and said hi. So once you say hi, you get the whole Nightbot.
Hey, Strawberry Short. Hey, good to see you last night.
Hey,
all your Chief Wahoo gear. That was awesome.
I said I was lurking a little bit, but not enough to talk. I was a zombie.
Yep. It's not a good race for my driver. It started out like crap. I don't even think I don't know.
Hello, Bisaya. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey.
Good people's right there. I see here. Good. It's still there. Yeah, I didn't take anything down. Everything's still there except for the stream that we were sharing out that night. So everything's still there.
Yep.
Let's see. What was I gonna say? I don't try my government when all they tell us we are going to war with any country. It seems to me that they're lying about. I mean, granted, we all know that pretty much politicians are. I mean, they've all done good and they've all done bad, but we see more of the bad just because it's brought to the forefront.
Yep.
Do they all lie? Are they all liars? Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter how nice you are, how bad you are. Military or not military, but politicians are pretty much full bullshit. I knew you were lurking. I tried to yank you into chat and it didn't work. Yeah, I said I was working a little bit. Just I was tired. My eyes were shutting on me pretty early.
Oh yeah.
But do you have anything to add to this? I know I've been rambling for quite a minute.
Like I told you, I'm just not very educated on this whole subject. I'm just kind of feeding off you a little bit, and not sure if you're able to get a hold of your friend.
I sent him a link. Like I said, if he is lurking, Justin, if you want to come up, cool. If not, do not worry about it. You do have the link there, though. We need to send the politicians into battle. Absolutely.
Right?
Send them over there to fucking do all this.
Oh, I agree.
I honestly don't know, Moose Cow. I'm not sure what country's going to be next. I mean,
Whoa.
Jules, what'd you do? Are you hitting things with your butt? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Are you butt hitting stuff, Jules?
I don't know if you can override that.
Hold on. How can I?
Uh-oh. Nightbot's having a Nightbot issue.
Well, that wasn't Nightbot. That was
Jules. Okay. Was unhidden. Okay.
Okay, thank you, damn it. Thank you.
Moose Gal's corner was hidden by what the hell, Jules?
Are you sitting on folks?
Oh wow.
Oh, that must be an accident. Stop sitting on your mod buttons.
Stop hitting buttons.
You really don't need to know everything. When it comes to military secrets, they can't go on the news and tip exactly, because if they tip if we go on the news and say, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, obviously they're going to know what to do. Like, the question has come up, hey, there's billions of dollars worth of ammo and machinery and all kinds of stuff over there. What are we going to do to take these out of their hands? Well, obviously we're not going to say, hey, we're going to do this on this day at this time. No, we're not going to tell them what the hell we're doing, of course.
Right.
Julie's a troll, must be.
Right?
She said
take control of them all.
It's all right, Jules. All good. Everything was unhidden. So bad moves by the I said it wasn't the best of moves. I agree with you, Colin. The fact that he's being a little bit of I say a little bit of a coward. He's being a coward. He's not taking questions to find out what. I mean, granted, he's not trying to tip his hand either. But then again, he is being a little softy at this point.
Yeah.
Was being attacked by a kitten with sharp claws.
Total accident. See it in about 3 minutes. Oh, wicked! Dang. She could have rather have been me. I'm not really typing in chat. It would have been like, oh well, that sucks.
Yeah, wicked. Don't take that personally. It was all accidental. And that's my cue to head out.
Yeah.
What do you mean, damn it? Why are you leaving, damn it?
You stay. You stay and you watch.
So my buddy sent me a text here, said give him about 15 minutes. So
okay, we can go long today. Yeah, I'd like to hear him for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a good person. He may not say everything, but I said, Justin, if you're lurking, glad to have you up here when you can make it. You got the link. Mm-hmm. My thought process is no reason a military size of this not already dealt with the Taliban, and I read that all wrong. Military and size of it has not already dealt with the Taliban and has not read The Art of War. Yeah. I have not read The Art of War. I need to. I've been told it's a very, very good book. Well, we have no president. Thank God our military is telling him what needs to be done. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're getting, attorney generals and big wigs over there saying, hey, this is what we're doing. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like I said, I would love to
get with you, Nancy? Just kidding.
I mean, I would love to get a big, very fearful president. Do we have anybody in the pipeline? Not that I can see, but I would really like to see.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, we're not starting fault. I'm not saying who started it, who did it. We're talking about kind of what's going on now.
Yep.
There's a lot of people who started it, and there's a lot of people who are trying to finish it. And, I'm not saying names, but, it's a lot of people have their hands all in it.
Right.
Trump delegated the real Afghan government by negotiating directly with the Taliban. Yep. Hey, Lazy Nate.
Yep. Hey, Nate. What's up, brother?
And Nate, I know you're foreign military. If you want to pop on and say a few words, I don't know if you want to or not. Just let me know, and I can send you a link directly as well. But so, hey everyone. Now that I'm beat red, yeah, Jules, timing people out and hating on folk,
blaming it on the cat.
Yeah, I've been blaming it on the cat. Mm-hmm. Lazy Nate, you just said exactly, pretty much. Mm-hmm. You said it with defiance there. You kind of said what a lot of people were probably trying to say. Mm-hmm. I was in the Girl Scouts for 19 years. Can I?
It's now named the Scouts, but yes.
Give me just a few minutes. I'm gonna try to get a couple of these other people up on panel if they want to come up on panel. Mm-hmm. And now Trump says we're mad Biden is following through with Trump's plan. It's amazing the arrogance and their ignorance. Yeah, like I said, we're not going to get political. I'm
Yeah.
trying not to get political. I'm trying not to say too many names and fault and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But because obviously they can take this way sideways into a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down.
Right.
Don't use me as a last resort, you cheeky. You said you were in bed, gamer, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No.
Like I said, and I think this was said in another stream, and I totally agree. All of these presidents who all came before us, they've all done good and they've all done bad. I'm not hating on one president. I'm not hating on all of them. It's just, Trump did good, he did bad. Biden's done good, he's also done bad. Bush, good and bad. Clinton, good and bad. I mean, they've all done stuff that we've liked, and they've all done stuff that we're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
So, obviously no one's perfect, but I mean, granted, there were some things that were done the last 4 years that really put some good in place, and then now it's kind of all unraveling. Do I agree with that? Not all of it. Some of it, a little, but
Oh yeah.
Kathy, just think about if we let them take over that country, what will their next step be? It won't be good for anyone. They are hateful people who mean harm to. Well, yeah, they're raised to be. Whether they're raised to be terrorists or not, they're raised to be very demanding, just evil individuals that don't care. Like you said, most of the women there in Afghanistan are used for breeding. Not breeding. That sounds weird. Once they have babies, they're pretty much putting them into the hands of the Taliban and Al Qaeda and all that.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, it's I think that if the Taliban completely take over over that country, like I said, I think it would be just a big ground for just evil. Whether it will be or not, that's just my opinion.
Yep.
The whole situation sucks no matter how it went. Glad some moms and dads are getting home to their families. That's all. No sense in fighting who at this point. Yeah, and like I said, they're keeping what was it, 4,000 or 7,000 troops over there to man the airport, like inside the airport. So where that way, it's a little bit more orderly to get these people out of there. I mean, when it first started, they were getting people out very slowly. Now it's starting to pick up a little bit. But if you're getting out every Afghan that doesn't want to be there, you're pretty much taking out probably 80% of the country, and then those other, it's just going to be bad. I mean, it's going to be nothing but just a bad country.
Exactly.
Let's see here. Reading some of the comments here, so bear with me. Let's see.
Good.
Taking over the country. So they already have taken over the country. It's theirs now, lock, stock, and yep. Yeah, they have taken over the country. It is technically theirs. I mean, what they're going to name it, the United Emirates of Afghanistan or something like that. I forgot what exactly. Yeah, and Cassie, that's kind of why, I put in my description, this is going to affect a lot of people, because now what's going to happen is they know that the U.S. has been, trying to, hey, what up, Mud Tramp? How are you, girl? They know that the U.S. has been really trying to take over that country and try to get it organized, and now they're going to have kickback, and is it going to be just the U.S.? Is it going to happen to is something going to happen to Paris? Is something going to happen to other countries that have gone over there and tried to help control them? Trump invited the Taliban to Camp David on 9/11. Yes, it was the plan. He dropped down to 2,500 troops before leaving office. There was no other outcome, no matter who was in office. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Trump put that agreement in place as of May 1st, which kind of, like I said, it bled into the Biden presidency. And, I don't know if he did it the most organized way. He did it the way that he thought it would, by getting our troops out. Now we're trying to get all the Americans out and the people who have helped us get them out of harm's way. I mean, there are some people who want to stay there and don't care who's taken over their country. But there's some that want a better life for their family, for their kids.
Yeah.
And Colin, yes, I have a buddy who is talking China on Monday. So that will be interesting to watch as well, because he's pretty informative on what's going on.
Yep. Yeah, I'll watch that for sure.
And since you're in the chat, Mud Tramp, I do want to give a big congratulations to you as well. You had a hell of a stream on Friday with your 7-to-7 fishing tournament. Well done. You handled that like a pro. You organized it. You did so well, and all your anglers did really well. I had fun watching that. So congrats to you, Mud Tramp.
Yeah, it was a good show.
I saw 100+ people in your chat at one point, so you were rocking it.
Yep.
Disaster loan. Yeah, trust me, it's going to be a disaster. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah.
Damon says, I wonder what Bernie would have done.
Nothing.
No, it's I mean, wonder what could have happened. We could sit here and wonder all day long, like, damn, what would that person have done? What that person would have done? We don't know how they would have taken this, because I mean, this is stressful as hell. I don't care who you are. You're in charge of all these people, the military. I mean, it's stressful as hell.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be put in this position. I mean, granted, presidents have gone gray-haired in a matter of weeks just because of being president. So Lady Nate said the Afghan army wasn't expected to just lay down their arms and shed their uniforms like they did. So know that comes in what is happening. Yeah, exactly. The Afghan army just kind of laid down. Everybody kind of came to, kind of just kneel down to this Taliban and say, you know what, this is yours. I mean, granted, the American military wouldn't have kneeled down for anybody. They would have kept fighting until the very end. But that's how we're trained, though. I mean, our military, I'm sure, is trained to take care of business, whereas they may not have been. And what up, Seth? I saw you come in.
Hey, Seth.
Let's see here. When people take extreme sides, I get very irritated. No matter the subject, extremities or the entire problem from both sides, I would probably let you play and leave this chat.
Hey, Joseph. Woo.
Is Joseph in there? What up, Joseph? Bernie's great. I would have been able to lawfully clean your stuff. Right? Chaz, trying to get my veteran daughter to pop in, but she hasn't responded yet. All good, Miss Jules. Let's see here. Thank you, Mud Tramp. Let's see here. Hey, even said hi. Hell in that bot. But yeah. So, like I said, there's fingers being pointed everywhere. Like I said, I'm not going to say I'm right, I'm left. I'm not going to mention that. It's it doesn't need to be mentioned. I don't agree with it. I think it could have been done differently. That's kind of my opinion. Just got home from work. Yeah, and speaking of, Joseph, I'm glad you mentioned that. The Northeast coast is being hit. I know Tennessee got hit pretty hard with some bad weather. I know the whole East Coast, Rhode Island, New York, Massachusetts, all that, they're getting hit pretty hard. So if you're in the path of this hurricane, definitely stay safe.
Yeah.
Dude, there is a print of Afghan president now as part of the 5,000 Taliban release from those conditions. Yep. Yeah, when they went and they opened up the prison and let all these people out, trust me, they let out some pretty bad people.
Yeah.
They were in there for a reason. I mean, typically you probably don't throw too many people in there, but the ones that were in there were pretty damn bad. And I'm sure that my buddy pops up. He may go to say something. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but yeah.
Yep.
3 Unicorn Max Law. Gamer.
That's funny.
Jeez. Well, I'm not sure, Kyle. I mean, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yep.
We never know.
Mm.
What Bashful say? The federal government has not been doing their job for decades, and they try to do state government job instead of protecting the U.S. and its federal role in the government.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I saw a comment? Where'd it go? Well, I must have been seeing stuff. But yeah, we need Rambo. Absolutely, get Rambo in there. Sure, yeah. Like I said, let's see. So like right now, there's somebody who is praising the Taliban. It says great negotiators but tough fighters. I'm not going to say who did that, who praised them, but I'm saying that's what I'm seeing now. But then again, it's the news, so you kind of take it bit by bit. Yeah, and there's a lot to be blamed. There are many, many, many fingers to be pointed in all kinds of different directions. It's just a terrible situation. I agree for everybody who's gone over there and fought.
No.
To help better this place, and now this has happened. It's just sickening. Exactly. Well, like I said, it's just a little news blurb. I'm watching the news as we speak, and somebody praised the Taliban, said they're tough negotiators, good negotiators and tough fighters. So, and I don't want to say a name.
Give me a second.
Which news isn't fake? Well, like I said, some of it's real, some of it you got to kind of read between the lines. It is what it is. But yeah, my Trump, I wanted to join that, but obviously you already had your hands full of there. But I think you handled that situation. You handled that entire stream really, really well. But God bless the military, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army, every single one of them. And God bless the current. God bless the former. God bless the people who have come before them. God bless their friends, their families. I mean, every bit. Because I know being in the military is a very tough decision. Well, ladies, like I said, I wasn't gonna say it.
All right. I'm back. Sorry about that.
So, trying to think of anything else that I kind of have seen or heard. I don't know. I just think it's a very, very slippery slope. Will this have backlash? I'm sure they will. So, without further ado, my buddy Justin is here. Great channel. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up. Justin, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. You ready, bud? Thumbs down. All right. Without further ado. What up there, sir?
What up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Chilling, man. How you been?
Just loading up on caffeine and relaxing. How are you?
Doing the pretty much same thing. Loading up on caffeine and trying to keep this ball rolling here.
Yeah.
What have we been talking about here?
We've just kind of been pretty much talking about kind of what what kind of what's going on, kind of what I've seen through YouTube videos, hearing some guys talk about kind of what it's like over there, what the, just kind of talk about the whole situation about Taliban taking over, there being not letting them get the rite of passage to get to the airport to get out. Did we leave too early? Did we not leave too early? Kind of a whole scenario.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me share this real quick on my page, because most people, like, I don't ever talk about this stuff on my channel. I don't ever mention it. I'm actually starting a podcast channel. I should be launching the first episode here in about 2 weeks, but we're paying to have a professional studio to film it up there, have an engineer that's going to run the camera. So we're going to go top notch on this thing. But we don't discuss these things on our other channel just because it's resale related. It doesn't fit, and on YouTube, just got to be careful what you talk about.
Yeah.
So let me share this over here.
Yeah, it's kind of why I'm not really getting too deep into it.
Well, you already done it. Hey, if you stick your toe in it, you might as well go ahead and jump in the whole dang thing.
That's how I was feeling.
You're already out there.
Yeah.
So
true. I'm definitely not trying to get political. I'm not saying, hey, one side is better than the other. I'm definitely not doing that. That's one thing I'm sticking away from. So, because I do not want it to go down that rabbit hole. But everybody, this is Grimes Finds. He has a great channel with, he does storage war type stuff, and
we are the real storage wars. We ain't that
BS TV show,
that partially true show on TV.
Hey, what up, E-Waste?
Hey, E-Waste, what's up, man?
But you were on the show, though, right? Or am I wrong?
No, I was never on the Storage Wars show. I mean, you probably maybe see me in some videos with Renee, the German guy on Storage Wars.
Yep.
I had become buddies with him, and so he flew down here. We did a project together when we bought the Dude Perfect unit, and so I've been in some of his videos. He's been in some of mine. So I think that's where a lot of people get the perception just because they've seen me in videos with him. Mm-hmm. But no, I actually live it. Make a living doing it. That's all I do. We make decent money doing social media stuff too. But that's what we do. I mean, I just got done. My buddy Lunkers TV, which is how people will know him. We're on his channel, so we're looking at some units right now that are up north. Some by New York, and I mean, we think they could be $100,000 units. So we're going to go bid on those this week. So we'll have some new videos coming out this week. We're kind of slowing down right now to just reset the channel, start the podcast. Like, I just want to start everything fresh. And so that's why if you go to our channel, I haven't posted in a week. That's the longest I've gone in a while without posting, but we're really about to up our quality.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I saw the video that you posted on Facebook, and that was well done by Lunkers. I watched that entire thing, and I was like,
"Is that the one where we busted the?"
No, that's just one where he was sitting in the RV and talking about the situation that you.
Over in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I have my opinions on that as well. The first thing is we got to really relook at it. The last year and a half, people want to call it a war when hasn't been one casualty. We really need to look at how we define things. People are so quick to just start throwing stuff out there loosely they have no clue, nothing about. But if I had to sum up my stance on the Afghan thing, it's like, if we can, we as America, like, so when I joined the Marine Corps, it's because I committed felonies, if we're being straight up. Okay. But I learned to love the Corps. They taught me a lot of stuff. So I had the choice to go to prison or to go to the Marine Corps. Rockwall County gave me that option. Actually, never mind. Oh my God. My mind's blown right now.
Robert?
Who was with me when I committed 2 of them?
I'm guessing me for one.
Yes, I blew my mind. 2 of the felonies, you were actually, it was your fault we got caught. If we're being straight honest, I'll talk about my
Lone Star.
Hold on, do not add fuel to this chat, because trust me, the shit that they hear, it carries on.
No, straight up. I mean, listen, hey, praise the Lord. The Lord saved me whenever I was 25 years old, but But it was straight up your fault. So back in the day, I'll just tell that story real fast. Actually, I'm gonna save that for my no, I'll go ahead and tell it here. So, back in the day, you had to sign I totally forgot that was you that committed 2 of them with me.
No, I did the one with the CD players. I did the one with the CD players. I'll admit to that one.
Yeah, but you're the ding dong who put your real information in the serial code book up at the thing, and that's how we got caught. I put fake information, and he put real information, his real address, real phone number. Next thing you know, me and him were hemmed up by the detectives. It was wild. But so I went on to commit another felony, and so then Rockwall gave me the chance to join the Marine Corps or that. So anyway, back to the real subject of the matter. That is mind-blowing. I totally forgot about that. Yep. But you know what? Hey, I'm glad you did that. I needed to be caught. You know what I mean? Because there's no telling how far off the path I would have gotten. And so
silver lining ish, you could say.
It really is. So here's the thing, it depends on how you look at it. When I sign up, when I see the American military, or I used to look at it, eventually it's going to be filled with all these, I'm not trying to be mean, but more feminized metrosexual type guys who aren't going to be, listen, we're training for war. We're not training for you to whine and cry and moan. I'm trying to watch my mouth. But that's eventually what it's going to be filled with. But when you sign up, you know what you're signing up for. And here's my thing. If we can leave 2,000, Marines in a country, knowing the Marines know what they signed up, if we can shift, every 6-9 months, 2,000 troops in there, that gives a whole civilization peace to go to church, peace just to be a woman on the street, peace, just to do anything, even just peace for other sects of Muslims. There's different sects of Muslims, like there is, like, I'm not saying sex, so you have Catholic Christians, you got, Methodists. So the same thing is with Islam. And so there's ones that don't go along with Sharia law. They're going to be murdered too. Okay. So we can't just get selfish as Christians. There's other people over there. But I think, is the trade-off good if we can rotate, 2,000 soldiers in when nobody's died in almost 2 years, not one. Mm-hmm. But that gives a whole people, a whole country peace. And it also gives us a footprint, over there kind of to help, with Israel and things like that. But my thing is coming from a Christian perspective. We're keeping 2,000 people over there. Ain't nobody died, and we're giving a whole country peace. A whole country peace. And so all the people are like, we should never been in the war. Look, nobody was at war the last couple of years. We've been over there. This is exactly what was going to happen when you take it out. Those people we're mentally different. Our Marines, our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen, we're mentally different. They if you watch just the way they walk around pointing guns at their leaders' faces and stuff, with lack of just simple things as trigger control. And things like that. So, but think about it. 2,000 people for men who they knew what they signed up for. Why is everybody else whining and bitching about what the soldiers sign up for, what the Marines sign up to do? You ain't doing it. You're just sitting on the couch, Monday morning quarterbacking. But so if we can give a whole civilization peace, like I said, I say, dang it, let's give them peace. If we get where they're waiting, it's still happening over there. But if we can reduce it by 95%, that women are getting raped, kids are getting murdered, men are being slaughtered just because they worship a different form of Allah, as another one, that's what America's about. America is about, we're big brother. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I get the whole thing. Trust me. I don't like the government very much. I'm not a big fan of the government. But I am a big fan of helping people. I'm a big fan of helping others that can't help themselves. And I think that's the freaking American way that we've forgotten that that's what we were doing, people. We were giving them peace. And nobody wants to whine about the thousands we got in Japan, the thousands we've had in Germany forever, the thousands in South Korea. Everybody just wants to whine. They want something to bitch and moan about. Pardon me, Jesus. I apologize for my mouth. But they just want something to complain about. I say that was a good deal, that we were giving a whole country peace. That's what I say about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think that's what kind of what like I said, I wasn't over there, so I don't know what it's like. I'm reading into stuff. I'm trying to educate myself on a little bit more. But it's like, yes, we're trying to give them peace, but yeah, as we're trying to do this, they're their like army, their military is just laying down and not, we are doing this on our
All
own.
the more why we should help them. They're not giving up their land. Well, some of them are, but it's because they're weaker. They don't know how. These people they're going against are animals. They're freaking animals. The Marines could go in there and crush these fools. You saw how fast they took that country. I promise you, we take it back 10 times better. And I see all the comments like, "Well, it's not our problem." That's cool. See, the beautiful part about America is like when I signed up, they taught us we're fighting for freedom. The freedom for you to be a jack monkey, the freedom for you to have your opinion, the freedom for me to have my opinion. The thing is most people just don't want you to have your opinion, and they can't be okay with it. So that's just my opinion. I'm looking at this from a spiritual perspective, a way that Jesus has taught me to look at others. And if we have the capability to help others, we should. We live in a selfish world. That is what our society is full of right now, is me, me, me. This is how this affects me. Oh, you getting the shot, you not getting the shot, whatever, you wearing a mask. People are so concerned with what everybody else is doing besides themselves, themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to start my podcast, y'all. It's going to be crunk.
Now, what's your podcast going to be about? Is it going to be about just some ranting? Is it going to be about
one topic? Basically everything I wouldn't say on my regular channel.
Nice. Gotcha.
We're going to talk hot topics. We're going to talk, it's called 4TK podcast. It's called For the Kingdom podcast. I'm not going to get over churchy, but I see it as a, what I say is I'm kind of like that Monday through Saturday Christian, where you get to see, like me and my wife on our channel, we're just trying to make it in the world. Like, do I cuss sometimes on accident? Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. The Bible, the whole thing about Christianity, it's about progression, not perfection. It says Christ calls us to progressively get better, to look like him, to treat people better and things like that. And that's all I'm trying to do. But I think in today's society, people are they're really fed up with hearing people talk about their faith. They want to see people walking it, because even the 80% of the New Testament, like in the Pauline letters, like Paul warned about this weird looking church, of Christians who are holier than thou, and just the church starts looking real weird. And I think people are tired of having stuff shoved down their throat that they don't see people walking by, and if there's anything you see on my channel, I give up big amounts of money. I'll do anything. My faith comes first, to me. But I also think that I see it from a different perspective, because I'll tell you what, Christians are some of the most horrible people at reaching out to people that they see, I guess, is, I don't know. I can't find the words. I'm going to be cautious about what I say. But I think that I just think the church, and not as a whole, but a big portion of what I've seen is going about it wrong. I think people want to finally see people walk in what they say they believe in. I think they want to see people struggle in what they say they believe in, so they don't feel alone. Because when people go into church on Sundays, like, everybody can act right for an hour, right?
True.
Everybody, everybody, raise your hand in the chat. Who can act right for an hour? You go to a dinner, you go to a family. Everybody can put on their best behavior for an hour. But here's the thing: when you only see people at their best, and that's what most people do when they walk in church, they put on their best. You see them like that, and then people see them make a mistake, and they're like, "Oh, well, they ain't really a Christian," or what? Exactly. And that's not what the Bible teaches. The Bible says we're going to keep screwing up until the Lord returns. But so I just think that because we've seen people at their best for an hour, and I just think that people needs to see a different perspective of it. And so we're going to hit hot topics. I think that we're going to blow some people's minds with some of our viewpoints and things. Okay. So I think, and we got some possible big guests on them. Nobody's never been on the channel before. One of them is somebody that literally the whole world knows, and we're working on it. We've got a soft confirmation right now, but that might be the first episode. So y'all check into that. And the cool thing is these people are not like, I'm not having pastors and stuff on. I'm doing real life. You know what I mean? I like UFC. One of them's a possible UFC fighter. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to talk about that regular stuff. It ain't going to be, it's not a church channel, but I am a Christian, and people who ask me to separate my faith from my YouTube, any Christian who says that they're going to do that, it probably ain't a Christian, because there's no separating my life, and anything I do in my life should be about my faith. So
So we did have a question. I don't know how far you want to get into this, but it says, "What's your friend's military experience?"
I did the Marine Corps. I did. Well, first I went in. I signed up as a field artillery meteorologist or something. Paperwork got screwed up. I ended up doing field wire. Never had to go overseas. Never got that opportunity. Got out right before we would have went. But I did field wire. I did recruiting for a year. So that's it. But so the thing is a lot of people, you don't have to, nobody has to have a huge experience in any field to have compassion for people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you want more detail, just ask. I'll ask anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saying I'm confused. It's about religion or politics, and politics and religion go
Why
hand
does
in
it got to
hand.
be about either one? It's just about a mix. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well, I mean, it's kind of like whenever I first heard this, I was like, we're going to talk about what's going on. I said, I'm not going to start blaming right and left. Yes, some names will come up, but I'm going to touch on what that person did to kind of not start this, but kind of get the ball rolling on what happened. I'm not trying to say, hey, this person's terrible because of this. I wanted to avoid.
You can't tackle the Afghan situation without talking religion. That whole movement is all about religion. Everything going on in Afghan right now with those people is all about religion. So you're not separating the two if you're having the right conversation.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, because I mean, it's one belief over the other. That one belief is bad, one belief is good, and
it's very sad. It's because it's even Muslims. Like I have to stop myself sometimes. I'm like, Lord, I'm just praying for the Christians over there. But then I'm like, no, Lord, I got to pray for those different sects of Muslims too that are being persecuted right now. It's just it's devastating to see.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard to see. But like I was saying, I'm seeing stuff on the news. Granted, the news is what it is. You have to believe what you want to and whatever. So like we're seeing certain things, but is it really what's going on, or is that just a small piece of?
It's a very hard thing to decipher these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Truth. That's why our tagline for our channel is nothing but the truth. Because when we started our channel, that's one thing I can't do. I cannot have delusional conversations. If things do not line up, just with basic logic, A, B, and C logic, then you lose me. I can't go off this whole my truth, your truth thing. When there's an event, there's one truth. Now there can be multiple truths about things is the most asinine, ridiculous thing ever in the world. That saying that two truths about one thing can coexist. That's just, I'm sure if you split hairs enough, you could find something, but in most situations, there's no my truth and your truth about a situation. There's one truth. It's just so you might want the truth. So nowadays, I think people are more led by feelings and desire than they are actual truth. I think people want to feel good than actually get to the actual truth.
Right. Yep.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to read through some of the comments here. Yep. There's all kinds of different stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know some of y'all said, "Hey, I should leave." I figured I would see those. It's because like I said, everybody's going to have different beliefs.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to be mean, but grown adults should be able to hear something that they don't like or disagree with, and be able to stay in a room. But that's where we are as a society. Is we're going to block you. We're not going to do this. We're not even going to listen to a different opinion. Dude, I will sit and I will listen to opinions. I mean, I have friends over here all the time. I have friends. You remember Jermaine?
Jermaine, yep.
Okay, he couldn't be any far left. He couldn't. Mm-hmm. But he's my friend, and I love him to death, and he's a ding-dong, but he came over for dinner, and, we talk. We have a good time. We have a beer. We have steak. We have, and then they go home. Mm-hmm. And then we still love each other. But we've gotten to a point where two people with opposing views can't even stay in the same room. And to me, you're not getting any further if you can't stay in the room and have a conversation.
All right.
You will get no further.
I love every single one of y'all there in the chat. I mean, whenever I have just a chill stream chat, I shout everybody out. I love every single one of you guys. I knew this was going to be a tough one. I even debated doing it, but I was like, you know what?
You ran it by me the other day. I was just like, All right,
I
let's
think,
go.
I thought it would be kind of, something different. I knew it'd be hard, but, it affects us as a country, though. I mean, granted, what's going on over there, it's going to affect us here in the long run. It's just when and where and how, in my opinion.
Well, Chad, this is a different time, even when we were just in, high school, 22 years ago or however long it's been.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember all this. I mean, we went to I guess, Lakeview was very, very different groups. It wasn't like mostly white or mostly one thing, it was just a good mix of people, Yep. And you had all kinds of groups running together. And I don't remember us running around worrying about all this race crap. This is stuff that's we've actually, I think, gone backwards in society.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But people are so quick to judge. People are so quick to assume, like, when people look at me, they assume I'm a redneck, that I voted for Trump, that I did all these other things, and they couldn't be any more wrong about me. But people just like to assume, and then they like to run with those assumptions.
Mm-hmm. True. True. And yes, I see in the chat, I'm not going to say a name, but yes, I agree 100%. What up, B-Wiz? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a tough subject. It's, a lot of people are going to have their opinion on this, opinion on that. I kind of wanted to bring up someone that had a little bit, that didn't live the civilian life, someone that has done something,
I mean, just look at Lunkers. I mean, he's one of my personal friends. I mean, he literally was with a group that killed hundreds, that had to kill hundreds over there. He saw it firsthand, and I have hundreds of friends that were in Afghanistan. And it's easy for people to have an opinion that haven't even served in it, or haven't, or they know somebody, everybody, and that's fine. That's okay. But I think we should all come together as human beings and say, hey, if they're, what's happening to those people is a devastation. I don't care whose fault it was. I have my opinions on whose fault it was, and it should not have been that big of a CF. The people should have come out first. It was completely backwards. But it is what it is. But I think we can all come together as people and say, no matter if it's Muslims, Christians that are over there, Afghans, if they're people and they're in need, that if we have the capability, that we should do it. And there's some people that will say that's not our problem, and that's okay. I don't dislike you for it. I just disagree. I think that if we have the capabilities to help anyone in any situation, if it's in a gas station parking lot, that we can help someone with some gas, or if it's someone in Afghanistan, there is an end to this life. And I think we very rarely evaluate the end outcome in what we're doing. It's just about the here and now, and mostly, and I do it too. And how can I help my family? What can I do for me? You know what I mean? And a lot of times helping others is an inconvenience for us, because we have to go out of our way.
Mm-hmm. True. It's like Kathy Bates said, I still believe if we need to be over there to save others and our lives, and so be it. Well, yeah. I mean,
and there's other solution, guys. There's things with our other allies, like rotating in more groups. But I can't look at the facts that just because we've had people stationed there, it gave a whole society freedom. Like, that's an honorable thing. That is part of the things that I loved about America growing up. It was very honorable. Did we do dumb things? Absolutely. Every civilization has done dumb things.
Yeah, of course.
But we have that capability. Like, that's an honorable thing, to help others that can't help themselves. And I just think that if we can, we should. But I also think that this is a huge world. And I think a lot of the stuff falls on the U.S.'s shoulders with the lack of help. And I think there could be a lot more help from other people. You know what I mean? Like a shared responsibility. But then you look at the governments, and it's like they're all like skeptical of each other. Well, if they're there, then they're stealing the gold. And it's just so much skepticism. And I get it, but I don't know if there's ever going to be a real answer.
True. Well, it's like I said, I mean, I see, everybody typing in chat. Like I said, I don't want to go right, don't want to go left, because that is a rabbit hole not made for me. And I don't want to take it that way, because that's where I know. That's why I didn't even have a beer today.
I'm curious about Twisted Art Lady. Forcing help isn't nice, though. I might have missed another one. What is forcing? What is? I'm curious about that. I'd like to know more about that. Because I could be completely off base. She might have been talking to someone else, but those people, the majority of those people want our help. I don't care what the media tells you. Find actual people from there, find actual groups that live there, and ask them, because you're seeing it right now. You're seeing it all over. They want the U.S.'s help. They do want the U.S.'s help.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what up, Tuna? Welcome in. Hello, Miss Vanessa and Enfield. Hello. I'll give her a second to see if she's replying to you or somebody else. Said, they don't fight for themselves. It sucks, but they choose this.
Here's the thing. She's right, because they're choosing not to fight. But I'm telling y'all, like, I wish you could see it, like the mentality. Okay. Like, you can train. Like, when I went in the Marines, there was guys that went in the Marines and you could tell mentally they weren't going to cut it. Yep. They weren't. But these people, they're so, okay. I think it's more this, like their competition, Taliban and all that, they're brutal. It's scary. They threaten your family. They threaten everyone. They basically give you no out but to serve them or to die.
Yeah.
And so, you've got a small pocket of them, supposedly up in the northeast, I believe, thinking about fighting back. And she's right. They're choosing not to. But it's not just because they're saying, hey, we want to die, we want to lose our country. It's because I can't explain it. They just can't. They just can't.
Ladies Nate, I agree with you. We were over there training them for forever and ever, and then they just kind of rolled over.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. I agree with that.
But hey, think about this, though. So let's think about this. Let's stop and let's put ourselves, I like to do this a lot. Let's put ourselves in their shoes if we were in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, if we were over there and say I'm a soldier, here's the deal. Those Taliban people, the government is so infiltrated. You don't know who to trust. They can't trust people. They got Taliban people in there. That's why you hear all the stories about infiltrators, like, that was in the government and goes off and shoots, people in there. They used to shoot Americans and stuff. And so think about this. If you're on that list, they're literally, this isn't the USA. They're going to come to your house. They're going to have you pledge allegiance one way or the other, and they will drag your kids and your wife out in there if they don't rape your wife in front of you, make her a sex slave, slit her throat, cut your kids' heads off in front of them, hang them up on a post in the fence. This is all real deal Holyfield, y'all. But think about that. If you knew, man, if I fight, they're going to kill my whole family. Like, that's just a hard decision. That me, like, knowing me, I'd pick up a gun. I'd be like, let's party. But they're not that way. And it's, I don't know what I would do if somebody came to the door and threatened my kids and my wife. Like, so I get you. I totally get you. I'm like, they got to choose to do it, but I'm like, almost like they can't.
True. Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, like the women over there use, like, sex slaves, and they're breeding just for them to be part of that particular organization. I mean, it's because they don't know any better. They don't know any other.
Yeah, Kathy said it too, and that's so right, Kathy. That is generations of that. Okay, I don't know. Just break it down. Sometimes go look at the Sharia law. Go break it down. It's a scary situation for those people. Like, and just looking at those kids, like those poor babies and stuff. Like, listen, like. They're passing kids like over the crowd. Like, if the U.S. or they don't take that baby, you ain't ever finding them parents again. I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, that's how desperate they are. Like, that's it. I don't know. That's such a sad place to be. Like, that's a level of desperation I don't know that any of us in the U.S. have ever had to face.
Yeah, true. I mean, and the fact that these military people over there right now, they're saying that some of the stuff that they're seeing right now, witnessing, just protecting this this airfield is putting so much stress on some of these soldiers because they're dealing with so much, and they're kind of dealing with a time frame based on what we've heard, and they're trying to rush these people out. They're making sure that there's not there's not any like Taliban or bad eggs sneaking onto these airplanes. I mean, they're being put through a lot, and they're saying that it's really taking a toll on just these 4,000 guys and girls that are over there right now.
Yeah, and I totally see the comments like sometimes you got to walk away, and that's true in life and stuff. But guys, that's not how they train you in the military. That's not the military way. We don't give up and walk off, especially when we have Americans in there, like the American citizens in that country. They either move out the freaking way, and we go get our people, or we crush them. We can crush I'm telling you, we crushed the Taliban in a matter of days, like crushed them. I mean, squeeze their will out. But then you'll have a whole nother argument of people's, that's a whole nother argument that people will start having, whether that is right or not, but that's just not the American way. Like that's not the Marine Corps way. You don't leave a man behind. You don't. It's not an option. We will exhaust all resources to bring our people home. And we should.
True. Right. Yeah, I just it's a weird scenario. I mean, granted, we knew. I mean, you see reports everywhere. Like we knew there was going to be backlash doing this, and obviously there is. It's just how well we manage it and how well we take care of our own. We've
got to get past this whole it's just so wild. The whole name calling stuff, it's just because here's the deal. Like I was saying, we all have to come back to a point to where we can sit at a table and not walk off, or nothing gets done. But what else we're seeing is Republican versus Democrat and left versus right, and it's just all these. And I'll tell you what, I don't like it when I see Republicans making fun of Joe Biden's cognitive issues. I don't think that's funny. I don't like Joe Biden. I think he's probably very deep in some things that I would not agree with, but he's still a human being. And I still think it says more about the person that says it than the other person, that you're going to make fun of someone who's having a mental disease, or the same thing with the left doing it to the right. Sometimes I go into Fox News or CNN, whatever chat room it is, and you would swear to the good Lord above that it is 18 and younger in that crowd. You know what I mean? And it's not. It's all people my age getting too, we got to stop. We got to stop the name calling, the simple stuff, the simple things we learned when we was a kid. Hey, it's not nice to call people names. I don't care what they said to you. You do the right thing. Remember all them lessons we learned when we was younger? We've thrown all those out the window, and we can't even use those simple principles to have a conversation to make movement. And I think that's until we can come to the table, we're not going anywhere. And the name calling and stuff has got to be the first thing to go. It's so childish.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I wish that they had the same standards too, but listen, we can't set the standards of the people. We're going to be based off other people. We start acting like them, we become them. And that's why I refuse to do the name calling. I used to like to make funny memes, and the Lord got a hold of my heart, and he's like, that's not funny. You're still making fun of someone. Where do we get to the point that it justifies making? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think we all need to grow up, including myself. I think we need to grow up a little bit, or we're not going to go anywhere.
Right. There's just a bunch of stuff going on that that we can't really control at this point. So, but like you were saying, the whole name calling and hating somebody because they are right or left or whatever. I mean, granted, I'm on YouTube. I know a lot of people on YouTube. I know a lot of different opinions on YouTube. Do I hate somebody because they said something or they believe something? Absolutely not. That is, you're given that right. That's you. I'm not gonna, because I know you on a whole different level. I know someone else on a whole different level. I'm not gonna hate somebody just because of the way they think and what they do, unless they're going around chopping people's heads off. Then I'm like, yo, dude, you're a little bit messed up in the head. But
yeah, or forgiveness. We've become one of the most unforgiving societies in the world, and that only works for so long, because we all screw up. I think we all agree we screw up sometimes. But people are brutal, man. When people make mistakes, they are brutal to to make sure everybody in the world knows that now they want your job. They want everything when everyone makes a mistake. And here's the problem with this. We keep digging people's past like that for politics. Eventually ain't nobody going to be able to serve, because eventually people are going to be like, oh yeah, you know what? We're all a little screwed up. We all have bad past. You know, we owned it. We moved on. We learned from it, but that's not the world we live in.
True. Yeah, I think on that note, you know, getting ready to shut it down. I know we've been going for almost an hour and a half or so.
Well, good. I hope I only lost you minimal subscribers.
I don't think
only 20, but you're fine. You're fine. I'll get them back. No, I'm just kidding. But I do want to
I'll send you 20 over in my next video.
There you go.
I do want to thank my friend Grimes Fines from Grimes Fines. Definitely check out his channel. I'll be dropping his link in here just 1 second, or if one of my mods would like to drop his link. Like I said, he does a bunch of great videos. He pretty much has content every week, maybe sometimes a couple times a week, about what he finds in storages, and he does a couple live streams here and there with his wife that are pretty entertaining. So definitely check him out, good people.
Let me just address anyone who's been in here. Is like, you can have the most different opinion than me. I don't care. I don't think badly of you. I don't think you're better than me. I don't think you're worse than me. I don't think I'm better. I don't think I'm worse. I just think I'm different. I think you're different. I think there's probably each one of you is different in an individual way. And I've just learned that, like, the way that God looks at everybody, like, you're unique, you know what I mean? And like, if it's different than me, like, I don't care. Like, I don't give it that much emotional power over my brain of how I'm going to treat people or react to people. So if you have a different opinion than me, I said something that was upsetting. It wasn't to upset you. It's just me. So if I said, you know, if you got to learn the difference when somebody's just going after you, or if somebody says something you don't like. Those are two different things. When people say, hey, I don't like this, that you said that, or hey, you said something personally about me. I don't think anything negatively about anyone in this room, anyone in this chat. I don't know enough to make that decision. Even if you told me who you voted for, I don't care who you voted for. I think you're great people, probably. I love you. If you're upset, part of it's your problem, but I still love you.
Right? Yeah.
Well, so I'm about to drop your link here.
I just dropped it.
Oh, you got it.
All right, buddy. And I'll do the same thing for you. And when I get my podcast going, I'll have you on if you want to come on over.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you for jumping on and kind of,
I appreciate it.
Kind of letting us hear, you know, your side of the story. I know, like I said, you know, you're former military, former Marine, and all that. You know, I know you had an opinion, and you know, I definitely enjoyed hearing it.
We all got opinions.
It may not have made some people happy, but you know, that's what we're all.
I'm telling you, don't let it have that much brain power over y'all. Don't let it have that much power over you.
Right.
Later, man. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, buddy.
But yeah,
It was good.
Yeah, that's my buddy Justin. Like I said, he was hinting earlier about some of the high school stuff. Trust me, we were fucking troublemakers. But believe it or not, we were troublemakers. You know, we both got our lives, you know, back on track. But back in high school, we were trouble. Kathy, best. I'm gonna go to a corner and scream.
There you go, Kathy.
But thank you all for being here in the chat. Like I said, you know, I knew it was gonna be a tough subject. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway. It is what it is. I'm glad it's on my channel because you know, you know, it is what it is. Next week's show will probably be on a Saturday. Is that correct, Chetty? Okay,
yeah.
So next week will be Saturday. We'll go back to sports. So I think, you know, it's more of a fun topic to talk about. Like I said, I just wanted to get this out there and kind of see where it went. I didn't know where it would go, so we kind of got a glimpse.
Yep.
Please continue the chat while I relax. All right, gamer. Now, are you going to be doing any type of after thing, or you got stuff to do, or what?
I got stuff to do. I'll possibly go live later. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Now I do need to take care of more stuff around here. Get prepped for going out of town.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, let's look for the next installment of the Hanging Chaz next Saturday. We'll as the week goes on, we'll tell you kind of what time it's going to go on. I know this week was an hour after we typically go on because I wanted to kind of involve some other folks that some may not have been able to make it earlier. So, but from everybody in the chat, thank you so much to our special guest, Grimes Fines, aka Justin. Thank you so much. We appreciate all your support. Until the next time. Love you guys. And what do you say, Chad?
What?
What do you say? Stay healthy and keep your hands clean.
No, so stay safe and don't forget to wash your hands.
There you go. Much love, everybody. Love ya.
Peace.